Even as I was standing there watching that morning, watching the firemen clean up and whatnot, I actually knew that good was going to come of this.
It'll catch the eye, that tower with that light, that beam of light coming up in the corners. You drive down Pleasant Street coming into Brunswick, it's like, wow. That's going to turn heads.
When I saw the model of the new building, it's just stunning. And I really think that it's going to pull people in. Just the look of it is going to make people want to come in and take a look around and see what we're about.
I love the idea of a glass tower. I love the idea of a rose window featuring a flaming chalice.
But clearly, they're very excited about this new modern church, and I can see why. It's going to be light and bright and accessible and stand right out, and you come down Pleasant Street, it's going to be very visible.
The thing I'm most excited about, I think, is the fact that we're going to be one. We're going to be connected in one church, one building. And I think that's going to help us grow. I think it's going to help parents and kids alike feel more comfortable participating in RE and in church.
The most important reason for us to be creating this facility is not to have a building, but to do stuff with our building and with our time. And the program of the church, or the mission of the church, is what's really important.
I really think it's the people that make the church. I'm hopeful that the church will symbolize, in many ways, what we stand for as a people. Because I think that Unitarian Universalists really believe in something. You know, you hear many people saying you can believe what you want to believe, but I disagree with that. I think we believe in something, and I think it's those things that I laid out. It's love, compassion, and justice. And I want to see a community of people who believe in that existing in a world where those values sometimes are pretty shaky in the world.
And then to welcome all, I see our church as handicap accessible, where you can roll in and roll out.
So that we're going to put inscribe inscriptions right into the side of the church, which welcomes all religions and people of color, gay, lesbian. You know, we're not an exclusive community. We're welcoming all, and it's a part of who we are. So it's like, wow.
Excited to see what features are going to be green, because I think that is an important lesson for the kids to be able to see. You know, we talk all the time about how we have to care for the earth and do all this stuff, and I think now it's time for us to show the kids that we mean that it's important to care for the earth.
I look forward to a modern kitchen. I look forward to a much more inviting community room than we've had without its problems.
And the community room is important because we want to be able to allow people to make use of our facility when it's sitting there empty and heated. Say, hey, what if somebody else gets a chance to use the darn place too? That might be something. So having a good, flexible, workable, utilitarian, clean, well-lighted space may just be a great thing for us and for the people who surround us.
And so that variety of spaces within the building that can incorporate small group meetings as well as celebrations, large group meetings. People can be buried from the church, married from the church, christened from the church. All of the great rituals of life can take place within their walls.
The UU has run the Side Door Coffee House for as long as I've been playing music in Brunswick. And it's been that kind of a supportive place for musicians forever.
Another thing with this, if we renovate or have a new RE space, is that the kids are going to feel like they matter. Like they're just as important as the grown-ups.
I'm really happy that panel is going to be changed, because I didn't like going to church that sometimes because Pennell was not the best environment. I remember the rooms being like dirty and gritty, and I didn't want to be in a space like that. So I'm really happy that there's going to be a new space for us to be able to learn and thrive.
You know, it's only an hour a week that we get with these kids, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but that's the entirety of their experience from a really young and very impressionable age. This is the age where it really makes a difference to kids, what they go away thinking about.
Years ago, our retired minister, Brad Mitchell, said that our congregation was filled with angels, and that has been my experience. It's filled with angels, and some of them are in this room right this minute.
And I think back to the Universalists in the 1880s who lost their church also to fire, built a church on the corner of Pleasant and Middle with no mortgage. They raised all the money themselves to do it. They had to pay it out of their own pockets, and how they must have been dreaming about the future, that what they had to offer was so important that they gave up part of their own wealth, their own riches, to make it happen. And I see us really in that same, having that same opportunity today to create together a legacy. That's what we're really talking about here. It's a legacy for the future. And really it's an honor and a privilege for us to be the ones to be creating it. What we do here, 50 years, 75 years, 100 years from now, people are going to look back and wonder about us and what it was in us that allowed us to be so generous and so committed and so excited to have created this space where our congregation could continue, and where the kind of thought and the spirituality and the community spirit and the social justice work and the care for the earth, all of that could continue. It's going to continue because of what we do